Hello everybody, my name is Finley and today I'll be talking to you guys about why you should set goals. So first things first, what are goals? So goals are a set commitment one makes for themselves to achieve in the future, and goals usually require work and tend to help people plan for themselves. So basically what goals are is they are something that you say that you want to do, and then you have to come up with a plan in order to achieve that thing. And it's something that you haven't, you could have already achieved it, but usually it's something that you haven't yet achieved or that you are not currently achieving right now that you want to achieve. So you are setting in place basically an end point, a place that you want to be in the future. And so there are many reasons to set goals, but the reasons that I will be discussing with you today are how goals direct focus, they provide short-term motivation, long-term vision, helping organize time, sustaining momentum, creating accountability, measuring progress, and they help to manage one's life. So the first thing I will be talking about is how goals help you direct your focus. So when you set a goal, you are basically telling yourself where you want to be in the future. And when that happens, you are able to allocate the set amount of time and energy in order to achieve that goal. And in doing that, you are automatically directing your focus because you have a starting point and an end point, and you are focusing your eyes on that endpoint, and immediately you begin to alter your life in ways to help you kind of reach that goal, which is good. The next thing I will be discussing with you is how goals help provide short-term motivation. So especially now because of COVID, it's very easy to fall into a slump and feel like you kind of have no purpose, you're kind of not moving forward in life. And what setting goals do is setting goals kind of give you something to achieve, give you something to look forward to move towards, to kind of give you that kickstart, that motivation that you need to kind of do things for yourself and also want to better yourself and things like that. I know especially for me, being home, it's like the days seem like they just repeat themselves and there's nothing really new going on. I feel like I'm not really working towards something, I'm not moving towards something. So what has really helped me is setting short-term goals, okay, this week I want to do this every single day, and it just keeps me motivated, keeps me kind of feeling like I have a purpose and things like that, which is always nice. And so the next thing is goals help provide long-term vision. So what this means is when you set a goal, you are kind of visualizing where you want to be in the future, and when you can see something, it's much easier to kind of achieve that thing and then set a plan in place in order to achieve that thing. So goals kind of help you decide where you want your life to be, where you see yourself and in years ahead, and kind of provide purpose for you as well. And it provides something to work towards and allows you to create a game plan and put steps in place in order to be able to achieve that goal, which is always nice. And what goals also do is goals help you organize your time. So when someone sets a goal, they must allocate the time and energy in order to be able to complete it. And so what this does is kind of, you have to prioritize. And so you will spend less time doing this, less time doing that in order to put the time towards achieving your goal. And what this also does is organize your life. So it organizes kind of what you're doing, what you're spending your time on, and it helps make sure that you're not wasting any more time as well. In addition, goals help you maintain momentum. So like we were talking about earlier, how especially lately it's kind of been hard to feel motivated, feel like you are keeping on moving forward and have a purpose. So what these goals do is obviously every single day you are trying to work towards that goal. And so when you are working towards that goal, you're inhibiting yourself from being able to remain at a constant and remain at the same place, because as you get closer and closer to achieving that goal, you are consistently moving, you are consistently improving, bettering yourself, things like that. And so they help you kind of maintain momentum, keep moving, and which is always good, and it helps kind of internally you feel better about yourself because you feel like you are bettering yourself, which always helps you kind of feel validated in the things that you are doing, which is always good. And so also what that kind of does is it helps you not fall into like a slump, not fall into a rut where you're just like staying stagnant. It helps remind you that you are moving, you have something that you must achieve, you have to achieve, or you're letting yourself down, which you don't want to do. In addition, goals help you hold yourself accountable. So they create accountability for yourself. A lot of times we are out of control about what happens in our life because life is life, and like things just come out of nowhere that we're not really in control of. But what these goals do is they put us in control. They give us kind of this say of how we're going to go about certain things in our life. They put us in control of our life. And what that does is it increases our self-confidence, our self-assurance. It's like we're in charge of whatever we are putting our mind to, and so we have to achieve it. No one else is going to achieve it for you. No one else is in charge of that. It's only yourself. And so basically writing that goal down, like saying that this is what you want to achieve, kind of helps you hold yourself accountable because you are the only one who is in charge of making that happen, no one else, which is always good. In addition, goals help you measure your progress. So when you set your goals, you are obviously at a starting point. So you have not kind of you're not on that path to achieving that goal yet, but you are at your starting point. And so what setting goals does is it helps you see where your starting point was. You remember where your starting point was, and it helps you see where you want to be. And then along that pathway, you can see where you were and where you're going, and you can see where you are now. And the closer you get to reaching that goal, the more you can see how you are bettering yourself, creating just a better life experience for yourself in general. And it kind of prevents you from being able to just fumble around because you have this endpoint that you were looking at. And so when you see your endpoint, you see your starting point, you are able to kind of check off those little boxes on your way to completing that goal, which is always good. And so there's also this fact that if you write down your goals, you are more likely to achieve them, just because I'm not sure why, but I just know that if you write down your goals, you are more likely to achieve those goals. So it's very important when you are coming up with goals, saying that this is something you want to achieve, you make sure to write those down just so you are more likely to achieve them, more likely to complete them. And so last thing I would like to say is I believe that what everyone should do is everyone should set some goals for themselves right now, get a pen and paper and write some goals down. Goals are a great way to help you feel better about yourself, grow self-assurance, grow self-confidence, and I encourage you to set goals for yourselves so we are all able to kind of move forward, better ourselves together. Thank you.